Welcome to Deep Dives with Dogs. Well, today's topic is going to be about. Get away from there, Mayhem. Mayhem is biting into things you're not supposed to. Anyway, today's topic is going to be about quarantines and their effectiveness throughout history. Quarantines obviously are the separation of sick individuals from healthy individuals in a way, or not even just that necessarily, just the separation of individuals based on trying to contain a virus or a disease or any kind of sickness. These obviously have been quite used throughout history. The first one, at least recorded that we know of, is in a town named Ragusa, which is today Dubrovnik, Croatia. And then I'll talk about two instances today of some quarantines and their effectiveness throughout history and really why they are shown to be pretty useful. One is, like I said just now, in Ragusa. The other is a more modern one with the Spanish flu, and it is the American Samoa. America Samoa. But so the Ragusa, back then, obviously, like I said, Dubrovnik, has this quarantine set up during 1377. The idea is to stop the Black Death. The Black Death obviously is pretty bad. Probably one of the worst outbreaks in human history. In terms of population-wise, it wipes out a huge population in Europe. It also wiped out a decent population in Asia. There's a big theory, at least, that it came from Asia. Not crazy to think. Asia, specifically China, has had peoples living in it for a long, long time. That's why they actually typically have more diseases that they can spread to others. They just have lived in these places for thousands and thousands of years continually. So, just how it is. But in Ragusa, it's this little Adriatic merchant republic. They set up a quarantine. The idea is whenever they see someone comes into the city and they have maybe signs of plague, they will be put in a quarantine for 30 to potentially up to 60 or 90 days. And they are to stay there until they're cleared, of course. And it seems to be quite effective. Ragusa, as far as we know, had no reported cases of Black Death for 44 years, which is quite the accomplishment, especially of a merchant republic, on the Adriatic, like it is. You're going to have a lot of instances of people coming in saying, hey, we want to trade and things like that. Well, those people might have plague. You put them in quarantine. And for it to be so effective that nobody, for 44 years, is reported to have the plague, it's quite the accomplishment, especially when we look at the devastation that it does to the rest of Europe. Quite a big deal. Really, once again, showing the effectiveness of quarantines and what they can really have if done properly. The other one, of course, that I was going to bring up is the American Samoan Island. It is around, obviously, under American control during the Spanish flu, and there is a small naval guard there, you could say. And the governor of American Samoa, it's a naval guy. When he hears the Spanish flu, he had kind of read up on things before, like, oh, hey, quarantine, that kind of stuff. So he implements a isolation of the island. Nobody in or out. And he quarantines, more or less, the island from the rest of the world. And this is quite the enforced quarantine. There's a few times that people actually try to remove him from the outside, remove him from power. But they're not even allowed in. There are instances of ships coming up, American vessels, even just mail vehicles trying to get on the island, and he turns them away, says, no, you can't come. And sometimes they try to push it, and he fires, not necessarily on them, but near them, to try to warn them, saying, hey, back up. You ain't coming on this island. And he is quite effective. The American Samoa Island does not have an outbreak of Spanish flu. I don't think there was any reported instances of it. Maybe one, but I think that one actually is a little bit more suspect. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, there is no reported cases of it, which is huge. The Spanish flu at the time, one of the most infective anything that people had to deal with. And it super harshly affected people. It wiped out millions and millions of people, especially right after the First World War when this happens. And it is devastating to populations, but American Samoa doesn't have it. And it's all because this one guy was willing to say, no, nobody in, nobody out either. Hey, look, sometimes you need to put the foot down. And hey, proved effective, didn't it? But with that is going to for this video. What do you guys think? Quarantines effective? Should they be implemented more? Maybe as harshly? Who can say? But yeah, like I said, that's going to do for this video. If you guys like the video, leave a like. If you have any ways you're going to improve on these videos, leave a comment down below. I just appreciate feedback. And as always, subscribe. It really does help out the channel. Thank you.